There was a faraway place where the sun always shone, the sky was always blue, and no one ever grew old. This place was called Neverland, and it was where Peter Pan and Tinker Bell lived. Not so very far away in the city of London lived John, Wendy, and Michael Darling. Every night they would gather in the nursery to hear Wendy tell wonderful tales of Peter Pan's adventures in Neverland. One night, when Wendy was telling John and Michael a favorite Peter Pan story, Nana, their St. Bernard, started barking outside in the yard. Not a moment later, Peter Pan appeared with Tinker Bell. I came to find my shadow, said Peter Pan. Nana took it from me the other night as I was secretly listening to your stories.
Here it is.
John and Michael looked on in amazement as she sewed it back onto Peter's body.
Does that hurt, Peter?
Not at all, he replied.
I am so glad that we saw you tonight, Peter. You see, this is my last night in the nursery because tomorrow I have to grow up.
But that means no more stories. Unless I take you all back to Neverland with me, Peter said. Wendy, John, and Michael couldn't believe their ears. That would be wonderful.
That would be wonderful.
Peter Pan sprinkled some of Tinker Bell's pixie dust all over the children and told them to think happy thoughts. Now you can fly, said Peter. Suddenly, they were all soaring through the skies of London, heading directly toward Neverland. As they flew into Neverland, Tinker Bell pointed out all the beautiful sights to Darlings.
Golden windows and blue waterfalls and mermaids singing in the lagoon.
This way, called Peter Pan, as Wendy, John, and Michael landed in one of the forests. I'll take you to our secret underground home and introduce you to the Lost Boys.
Hey, Peter. Hey, Tink. Welcome back. We missed you.
John and Michael played with the Lost Boys, while Peter and Wendy went to visit the beautiful mermaids in the lagoon. It was there that Peter Pan spied the chief's daughter, Tiger Lily, tied up in a boat of the evil Captain Hook. Peter and Wendy could overhear the pirate demanding, "Tell me the hiding place of Peter Pan."
I will never betray my friend. I will never tell you where he lives. Oh, Peter, be careful.
Peter was so quick and brave that at last the nasty pirate landed in the water, only to be chased back to his ship by a ferocious crocodile. Peter rescued Tiger Lily and returned her to her father.
Thank you for saving me, Peter and Wendy.
Captain Hook was very angry. That cursed Peter Pan! I shall have my revenge against him once and for all, he cried. So he came up with a plan to capture Tinker Bell.
Let me go, you big meat pirate.
Hook replied, "Oh, I'll let you go when you show me where Peter Pan lives." Then he caged her in a lantern. As Captain Hook's band of pirates approached Peter Pan's home, the Darlings and the Lost Boys were coming up from underground.
Hey, everyone. Let's go for a swim in the lagoon while we wait for Peter to come back with food.
What a great idea, said the Darling boys. But one by one they were captured and taken to the pirate ship.
Peter Pan will save us.
Captain Hook roared with wicked laughter. Ha ha! Pan will never be able to save you. You will walk the plank. No one noticed as Tinker Bell escaped from the lantern. She flew as fast as she could to alert Peter Pan. Once Tinker Bell reached Peter Pan, she said,
Peter, come quick. Captain Hook captured Wendy, Michael, John, and the Lost Boys. He's going to make them walk the plank.
Peter wasted no time and raced out to sea to rescue his friends. I've come to stop you once and for all, Captain Hook. This time you've gone too far. After another fierce duel, Peter Pan threw Hook and all the pirates overboard. Hook was chased away by the crocodile and nobody cared to save him.
Thank you ever so much for saving us, Peter. But I think it's getting late and I think it's time to head home.
John and Michael nodded in agreement. Well, if that's the case, said Peter, we'll sail tonight. Once again, Peter Pan sprinkled Tinker Bell's pixie dust over everyone, and Captain Hook's pirate ship was suddenly sailing through the skies of Neverland, heading back to the Darlings' home in London.
Goodbye, John. Goodbye, Michael.
Before Peter Pan and Tinker Bell started off for Neverland, Tinker Bell asked,
"You won't forget us, will you?"
Wendy, John, and Michael said, never! And they never did. The end. All right, all of